So, just as the world is getting over COVID, talks of war with Russia and Ukraine, maybe even World War III, have started. And it's like humanity never gets a break. And so you can get very negative. You also see that gas prices are rising, and for some generations, they've never seen gas this high. But I have. I mean, even in 2006, gas prices were $4 or $5 a gallon. I remember at that time, that's when I started to look at a more economical, fuel efficient car. And in the 1970s, remember, guys, we were still going through the Vietnam War. And remember, the government at that time, there was gas shortages where you couldn't even fill up your tank unless you had a certain number on your license plate. So I'm saying this to expose the negative people that will try to bring you down, or even yourself trying to bring you down. Good to see you, Andre, Justin, Adam. Thank you. When people say, oh my God, gas so high, oh my God, more wars, this has been going on since the beginning of time. It'll never stop. So that's number one, guys, okay? And believe me, you'd rather be born in 2022 than 1970. You wouldn't have wanted to go to the Vietnam War, and you wouldn't have wanted to wait for clearance to fill up your gas tank depending on the number on your license plate. So the world is better than it was in the 1970s. So look, guys, I mean, I'm discouraged too that, it's just like humanity gets over COVID and then you go right back to talking about war. No one likes to see gas prices higher. But let me tell you something, guys. Again, in context, things are still better today than most times in human history. And if you're watching this, you have the internet. If you're watching this, it's a Friday, and most people in a first world country, you're not going to go to war. And to be honest with you, you're going to spend more on food than you are on gas. So enjoy your life and stay positive. And think about the seriousness of life. Don't be discouraged. Congratulations, Justin, on your direct deposit. Love to you, brother. You earned it. Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone. We're going to go to all live comments. I want to tell you tonight, guys. Don't let people steal your joy. Don't steal your own joy. Don't stick your head in the sand and ignore things in the world. But don't be one of these people that don't live in the world. They live in front of a TV or in front of a screen. And what I can tell you is there's things that are real in life, but the realest thing in life, because now that I'm a middle-aged man, I've lived through several different decades, and I've seen wars, and I've seen gas go up, I've seen gas go down, and all I can tell you is I still think it's better in 2022 than the 1980s, crack era, and there was still more poverty then, in my opinion. In the 90s, basketball was good, wrestling was good, but I still think even at the end of the 90s, the economy was going good. But I still think, compared, in 2000s, 9/11, the Iraq War, 2006, gas was $4 or $5 a gallon. Couldn't wait to get Bush out of office. And we just recovered from COVID. Guys, it's never going to stop. If you're waiting for a time in history where everyone's going to get along, your daughter is not going to back up the toilet bowl, your lazy children are going to work hard and take care of you, you're going to be happy with your life, not be depressed, you're going to go to the gym instead of eating extra food. It's never perfect. Stay positive. You want to do whatever you want to do with life, even if I disagree with it. But stay away from me. That's very fair. Because I don't want to go to war, guys. But I understand the world we live in. It's a cycle. It's a pattern of war and economic ups and downs. But it's gotten better throughout human history, so I thank every positive human. I thank them, and I continue to try to be one for me, as best I can be, for me and my journey. You'll have to follow your own journey. That is the message tonight. Anyone who floods your comment section or floods your mind with unfair, bias, all negative stuff, they don't take care of themselves, they don't have healthy relationships, they don't have a productive life, they're part of the problem. Because if they're not doing a good job at their job, if they're not working, if they're backing up a toilet, if they are not productive, if they're not healthy, if they're not positive, I don't give a fuck what they have to say. I hope gas goes up to 10,000. I hope they get drafted, and I hope they die first. I'm just saying, I don't hope they die, but you know what I mean? I threw that in there. Got a little upset. I want you to stay positive. And that's it, guys. We're going to all live comments. Click that thumbs up. We got 22 people watching, 6 thumbs up. There's always less than 50% of people who click a thumbs up until I ask for it. You always have to ask for what you want. Okay. And you always have to say, what do you bring to the table? Well, one is I show up. Okay. So I'm not scared to take the promotion. I'm not scared to make more money than you. You don't show up. Okay. And you back talk to me, you guilt trip me, and you take a nap during the day. So fuck you and watch me count my money. Number two is I'm engaged. I read the comments and I think about it and I give a lot of effort into the channel. Okay. Some people, guys, even if they do show up, which is rare, then they're not really engaged in your life. Then number two, they go missing. Okay. Because they started on a streak and then they repeat the pattern. Okay. And they're never going to change. Okay. They're going to back up your toilet until you die, and then they're going to squander their inheritance, and then they're going to blame World War III, and they're not going to take the vaccine. And then, guys, in this world, it never ends. Don't have kids. If you have kids, you accept that your kid will live through several seasons of war, okay? And gas go up and down. If you love this world, have more kids. If you don't love this world, guys, if you've already got kids, enjoy their birthday party this weekend. I love people who already have kids. But if you're on the borderline of having a kid and not, masturbate in the sock and get a vasectomy. You say, well, I don't want to get the vaccine because it may make me impotent. Well, that's a free vasectomy. Sign me up, Dr. Fauci. Yeah, sign me up, Dr. Fauci. I'll take two of them. Okay? Shit. Okay? So I don't know what you guys think unless they positive. All live comments. Here we go. Andre, good to see you. Justin, my member brother. Shout out to you. Direct deposit. You work hard. You improved your career over the past 2 years. You're healthy. You're positive. And even if you have a bad day, you get back up and keep going forward. Adam, my member. Shout out to Michigan. Used to be from Florida. Moved to Michigan. Had a pastor who was very tough on him. Now his father's got dementia. Now Adam is the pastor of his house. But he dates some girl that doesn't treat him equally. But he enables the behavior. So you take the good with the bad, but this guy still shows up. Adam, good evening, Sam. I love you, brother. We made it through Friday. Thank the Lord. Someone play it. Let's go. Aaron. Hey, all. Shout out to Aaron, living in a van. Just sold her house recently. Okay. From New Hampshire, Maine. One of those things. I'm the most engaged, the best memory. I know your story. I know what you're going through. And what I can tell you, Aaron, one of your kids will never get better. But we're going to pray they do. Why? Because I read your comment. You said, Sam, I hope that doesn't apply to young kids. It applies. You got the one smart kid. You got the one bad one. I don't understand it. You get the Cain, you get the Abel, okay? I want to tell you, in my experience, if they're bad in their 20s, they may get better. But I want to tell you, when they're 30s and 40s, they backing up a toilet since they've been 8. And they going back it now. Yeah, now, I know you got sons that may be different, but that's my opinion. Made me laugh today. Good, Aaron. Laughter is good for the soul. It's entertainment. It's value. Go, Andrew. Andre. Today, I saw gas at $3.79 in East Brunswick on Route 18. Shout out to you. One of my friends named Andre asked me, he said, Sam, who's this other guy, Dre, in your comment section? I said, he's another guy from Jersey. Shout out to you. Grandma Ray, I remember the early 1970 lines. There you go. In the 1970s, you needed a number on your license plate to match up to get approval, okay, to get gas. And your children may have got drafted to the Vietnam War. Not Trump, he dodged the draft, but maybe yours. Why? Because they weren't rich. So, guys, thank God for 2022. Don't worry about wars. Paul, I love you. Still want your pennies, and I'm not mad at you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Don't be upset. Let's go. Keep it up with Bree, the most beautiful nurse. We need more nurses. I know another person that went to the emergency room this week, and he said, Sam, we waited for 6 hours. Okay? There's not enough nurses. There's not enough doctors, even with COVID towards the end. So, guys, imagine if everyone got COVID, if there was no lockdowns. There's already not enough nurses. Forget it would have been a disaster. So, look, guys, it is what it is. Keep it up, Bree. Currently at work. Yes, securing that money bag. Good job. New job, new year, new goals, new mindset. Well, I hope you got a new phone number. Because if not, it's the same old shit. Because you're going to be doing good. You're going to be like a psychopath who uploaded for 2 months. And then you're going to have a lonely night. You're going to be eating dark chocolate. And you're going to get a call with some guy that's got good dick but a bad attitude. And what are you going to do? You're going to go backsliding. Then, just like a drug addict who says, I've been clean for 24 months, you're going to do drugs, and then you're not going to count that day, or you're going to get so discouraged, you don't even want to bring up how long you've not been doing drugs. So I could tell you, dick is just like drugs. And so for the men, so is coochie. That's why I tell you, masturbate. That's why I tell you, change your number. And that's why I tell you, never go back. And that's why I tell you, you can't hang around drug addicts and be sober. That's why I tell you guys, you got to separate and stay separated. You can't date a thief and expect to be able to sleep, okay, in the same bed or the same house. Because they stole from you once, they'll steal from you twice, okay? And I want to tell you this, guys, never encourage someone who enables bad behavior. Because they're just as bad as the abuser. If two people live together and one's an abuser, physical or emotional, and the other one's an enabler, the enabler's not the good person. They permit it. They're too weak to say, no, no more abuse. And their kids suffer. I curse every person unwilling to separate from unhealthy relationships in the name of Jesus. Because the kids suffer, okay, and everyone around that house suffers. And it's a sin. Okay, let's go. Ziggy, Marin, I saw that you said to sue a landlord. You have no proof to sue a landlord. You should let your daughter come back live with you. You should let Gail come live with you. And you should be on that lawsuit. Because you have no right to tell people to sue. You don't have the facts. So I want to tell you guys, anyone who encourages you to sue without the facts is someone who tells you, don't even worry about your own behavior or how you got in that predicament. Okay? And it's bad. It's wrong. And I'll tell you, I love Gail. Okay? And I hope she goes live in her car. I hope she stays in her apartment. But we don't know that whole story with the apartment. Okay, we know that she has a recurring pattern of going in apartment, leaving apartment, going in apartment, leaving, all the way from Georgia and everywhere else. And so to tell her to sue, okay, is totally not her friend. I mean, I was very upset about that. I couldn't believe he told her to sue. And Gail said, yeah, I'm going to do just that. I said, oh my God. And I love Gail. I love you. I know you've both been a blessing. But that is wrong, in my opinion. Do what you want. Justin. Direct deposit day, brother. You worked hard for it. Now, never rent your house to someone who doesn't work, and then they'll sue you for you trying to bend over backwards. Why? Because that's the world we live in. Even though I'm not saying there wasn't something wrong with that, but we don't know all the facts. Grandma, gas is still cheap. Yeah, from many perspectives it is. Ida, it's common sense. You are correct, but also can't comprehend reality. I understand. Don't mind fuck life. I've seen a lot of people buy Bitcoin and try to figure out philosophies of life. And you know what they did? They live in an unhealthy relationship. They don't get outside enough. Then they blame their house. And I'm not talking about the person we were just talking about. I'm talking about anyone. Then they blame their house. They blame life. And then they philosophize life. Don't overthink life. Okay. Exercise, get outside. And if the world ends tomorrow, there's nothing you're going to do about it. Stay positive. Don't buy crypto. But buy crypto if you want. But let it be a small percentage of your asset portfolio. Good job. Chris Diamond travels. Shout out to the Class B, the road trek. He will be in Sebastian, Florida, in 2 months. And any psychopath that stalks him, document it, press charges, and show up in court and tell him, lock him up and throw away the keys. Okay. Chris Diamond, you know what it is, brother. I love you. Honey is home. How you doing, brother? Pray for you every day. I know you're getting closer to come to Sebastian. Charles, I didn't clog a toilet. Well, that's why the Lord says you are saved. The Bible says anyone who repents from clogging a toilet is saved by the flush of the toilet. But any psychopath who takes a shit and lets it marinate for an hour, then dumps a bunch of toilet tissue that they don't pay for down the thing, and then lets it sit, and then they forget to flush. It's like someone who molested you and forget to admit that they molested you. They don't remember what happened. And the mothers don't want the daughters to live with them, but then they say, oh yeah, I feel bad for everyone. Come live with me. Why won't you want your daughter to live with you? I know why. Because your daughter was bad and so are these other people. You don't know whatever was going on in people's lives. Okay, $1.99 super sticker. Open up that gift unboxing. I want to tell you, okay, I thank you graciously for that gift. I thank everyone. Okay, you know what it is. Appreciation, appreciation, appreciation. Let me sweat and give you what the Costco cashier doesn't give you. Thankfulness, gratitude, sweat, engagement. Okay, never forget it. Good job. Keith, if you felt under threat and decided to walk away, even though you wanted to kill that bully, that is not weak. That is strong. Walk away from conflict as best you can. And he clogs the toilet. I want to tell you guys, never live with someone who clogs the toilet. Why? Because they don't work and the plumber costs a lot of money. Good job. Jerry, it's a wealth transfer from those who save paper to those who inflated prices. Those who save in real assets, gold and silver. Well, if you believe in gold and silver, go to a pawn shop, see how much you get. If you're going to buy gold and silver, buy the stock ticker. And if you're going to buy the stock ticker of gold and silver, might as well buy the index fund and you're buying the system. If World War III happens, I don't want your gold and silver. I want your food and I'll put a gun to your head for it. Now, I wouldn't put a gun to your head, but that's going to be the mentality. If not, go to a pawn shop, you're going to get 20% of what your gold's worth. I already pawned jewelry. That's what it is. However, what should everyone do with their money? Whatever they want. Good job. Paula, I love you, Paula. Stay positive. Stay around positive people, Paula. I know what I'm planning on doing instead of Sprinter. What? I love you. Last, You should do an interview with Mark from Soft White Underbelly. Never heard of him. Trying to promote his channel. I don't know. But I love you, Last Star, and I hope his channel is successful. Why? I want everyone to be successful. Paula, I'm buying a Black Series. Well, Paula, I love you. I love you. And Paula, I love you. Charles, everyone look up Sammy's video on how to wipe. Charles, I'm going to share that video. I almost shared it the other day, but I forgot to share it. Well, I didn't forget to share it. I said, well, people can't take too much truth at once. Okay. I'm like, guys, a shot of vodka, and I don't drink alcohol anymore. But, people can't take too much at once. So I'm going to have to reshare that video I did about how to take a dookie. Excellent, excellent comment, Paula. I found a place in an area where I can live until I get some land or move to Florida. Well, Paula, I love you, and I want you to live a great life because I think you're a great person. Melvano, turn off CNN and focus on self-care. I ain't mad at that. Ida, I see what you're saying. Most can't comprehend this shit. How to be a good person brings all these correct things thinking. Love it. Paula, have you seen the Black Series campers? No. They are incredible. Never saw them. Thank you. Status, what's up, man? Yo, buddy, fired up tonight. Love to you. John, what's your last name again? What's the last name, John? Paul, it is even this washer in the bathroom absolutely stunning. Paula, you deserve the best, but really I just want positive things for you because I want positive things for people. Good job. Ida, God, I love your energy. A lot of chicks want to get with me because of that energy. Speaking on what makes sense and not getting loud on what you just think like it's real. Well, yeah, look, guys, there's a lot of value for people who talk gentler than me and that are more calm than me. So I am not everything to everyone, and I shouldn't be. And even me, like I said, man, I don't want to be hurtful to people, but this is who I am in my own personal time in public and in shared environments. I tone myself down. Why? I respect my environment. I respect others, and I respect others here, but I have to let this out. Thank you. Paula, I'm going to start driving for Lyft. Good. I like where you're going with that, Paula. And all the noobs pulling out because of this pullback. Oh, crypto. Yeah. Well, one is, that's your personal investments. That's what you want to do. But I love the fact that you're going to do Lyft or DoorDash. You're going to do something positive with your time, make some money, and keep you out of trouble. Good job. Remember, even if you got money, doing something productive at the very least will keep you out of trouble. At the very best, will keep you out of trouble and help you make some extra money. And I ain't mad at that. Okay. Thank you very much for that very gracious super sticker. Charles, forgive me for I have sinned. I am getting a lower voice tone because someone is next to me and they pulled next to me and I don't want to scream and disturb their peace. But Charles, I thank you for saying, for the calories you burn, brother, I want to tell you my fat ass has been eating yogurt pops at the end of the day. But I've decided in life, as long as I'm within a certain calorie intake and as long as I'm maintaining a certain level of health, I'm going to have some damn yogurt pops. And brother, I am sweating all the way down to my N1 basketball shorts with no underwear. Why? Because anyone, and thank you, Charles, thank you very much. Anyone who does not sweat, okay, does not engage with you, does not think about you, does not remember your story, never let them live with you. Why? All they're going to do is clog up your toilet. Yeah. And then sue you. Okay. So I want to tell you guys, don't let them people in your house, man. Because you ain't never going to get them out. Either. You speak the truth. Can't express how much I love it. Because I think this shitty day too. Speak to them. Well, guys, look. I believe in love covers a multitude of sin. I thank God for people who are compassionate. Now, some people go too far with compassion and they're enablers. And they don't practice what they preach because they're suing their own daughter and they say be kind to other people. Now, don't tell me that. You know what I mean? Just tell me. Your daughter fucked you up. And now, you want to be nice to people, but you also know that you can only help people so much. That's fair. Don't tell me just be kind to everyone. That's not honest. So I believe in kindness. I thank God for grace. I thank God for people who overlook transgressions. But I'll be damned if I let someone who doesn't practice what they preach and has already experienced this with their own family then say like, yeah, just love everyone and sue everyone. I mean, it's crazy. I can't do that. Paula. My channel is way more entertaining than something else. Well, Paul, I think you're very entertaining. I think that's one of your gifts. You're entertaining, you're engaging, you got a good look, you got the Scottish accent. I mean, especially these guys online who can't get any cooch, they'd be falling all over you. Ida, yes, exist. Nah, I'm good. I think his is better. Thank you. Paula, you've never watched my channel. Paula, Early Roger, what's up, brother? Direct deposit day, you and Justin making it happen. My company is offering OT, money bag for every lazy sloth. There's a diligent person that will take that position. And I am taking advantage. Why not? Someone doesn't want money. You do. I have some momentum going right now. Like they always say, strike when iron's hot. Why? One day there may be a gas line. Okay, so good job. Paula, no, Sam is much more fun. Well, I'm not in competition with anyone other than myself. But I appreciate that, Paula, because I love you. Just look at it. Looks pretty silly. Frankie, thumbs up. Frankie, shout out to you. Shout out to the Bronx. Status. Oh, John Messino. Damn it, brother. I was feeling it may be you. Are you still in Florida, man? Shout out to you. I know John. Okay. John's family was very gracious. They let me come over to his house many days after school. I remember, John, we played that karate video game. One of the best video games I remember. Now, I remember you liked horror movies, and horror movies will make you depressed. You got to stop watching those horror movies. But I love you. I love your daughter. I love your sister. Now, I know your sister, like me, we got into the religion, and I know that off-put you a little bit. So, but I still respect your sister, and I respect my faith walk because I think faith helped us. I think you got to stop watching horror movies. Stop. That's why you asked me, too, do I carry a gun? You watch too many damn horror movies. I love you, John. I'll never forget all the times you let me in your house. But I want to tell you, above a gun, you need good mental health. And the only way to have good mental health is you need good people around you. And that's why I got involved in the church. I wanted to get out of bad environments and good. Now, I'm not saying the church is all good. I left the church. But I want to tell you, you need positive people around you. And if you can't find anyone positive, just do self-care until you do. Because the last thing you need in this world. Now, I remember I used to like Freddy Krueger. I remember one Halloween, I dressed up as Freddy Krueger. And I remember we used to rent porn videos from ShopRite or Blockbuster. I remember that. And I like free porn. I still watch free porn. But I've met some people, guys, they can't stop watching porn. They can't stop watching horror movies. And their life is very depressive, and it's like the very bad type of free porn, not like the healthy type. So, guys and girls, I want everyone, even if I disagree with you, to live a great life. As best you can in a world that's full of gas shortages and war. But if you look at human history, even in the 1990s, guys, it's better today than it was in the 1990s. So let us be thankful. And John, I love you. I thank your family. Respect to you, and I hope you're doing well. Paula, well, Sam loves my channel. Paula, I think you're the greatest. This guy is a troll. He's gone. He's being very sarcastic for no reason. No one said anything negative to him. And all he did, Paula, was he clogged the comment section of my channel. So you know what I did? I got a plunger, okay, and I plunged them all the way back to the sewers. Why? Because no one said anything negative to him. No one was harassing him, but he wanted to cross a boundary line. And so now, it's like, guys, this is just the world we live in. And that's okay. We're going to stay positive, Paula. I've been to hell and back. Well, you've also created your own hell because you've also not acknowledged your own willingness in participating in drug use and hanging around the wrong people and not getting the proper help and staying in those programs. She goes, I've been to hell and back. My poor Rucker is probably dead. Well, like I told you, you made a video about your cat's dead and your cat's not even dead and you lied. You should have took down those videos and said, or changed the title and said that I got kicked out of my apartment. I was messing around with people doing drugs and I don't know where my cat is. That would have been more accurate to my cat got euthanized and the world's against me. So you got to take accountability, but I love you with all my heart. I'm just walking over some grave sites. Okay, sometimes. Okay, thank you for the gracious super chat. If I miss a comment, guys and girls, please type it again. Shahid, it's the Italian in you. Well, I know some Italian people that I don't like. So I don't agree with that. Like, to me, it's like any ethnic group, right? There's good and bad Italians. There's good and bad everything. And some people would say that, like, this is part of you, that's part of you. I know some Italian people that are lazy, nasty sloths with low energy, bad people. So to me, I think there's an energy that transcends race and culture. I know that sounds corny, but I think it's true. Now, I think your race, culture, ethnicity, it may matter a little bit, but not really, to a certain extent. So everything is about a level of your actions, a level of your character and your recurring patterns, because that's how we should measure someone. And you should look at my recurring patterns. You should look at my actions, my behaviors, and overall the core of my message. I know sometimes I'm a little bit outlandish, but I know in real life, I treat people right, and I've got a good record of that. So I'm still imperfect. I still needed help by other people that I probably wouldn't even hang around with anymore. So I don't want to be a hypocrite in that. But I want to tell you, if you repay help by dumbing yourself down and not growing yourself, then you might as well not even have received help. Because the whole point of getting help is so that someone says, you know what, you know, you should develop yourself. They're protecting you. And they're protecting you because eventually, as you become your best self, you are going to help humanity. Even if it's not some big scale, it's at some level where you help someone get through the day or help someone get through their life in a more positive, productive manner. And that's how you repay people. Good job. Thank you, Said. Taylor, took a 2-mile walk today. There you go. And drink 8 cups of water. Awesome. Keeping my head high. Love it. And keep doing self-care daily. Taylor's Travel. You totally figured out the core message of my channel. Thank you. Ida, hope you get out in the world that needs you. I feel that too on the energy. Once you educate people, now I never educate. I know some people right now, guys, you can't educate them. I love where you're trying to go with it, but the reality is you can't educate people to a certain point. Or they realize this type of talk after getting to know that they are keeping you around for the opportunity. Look, some people you can educate, some people you can never. Everyone should have everyone should have love in their life, and everyone should have opportunity. But I want to tell you, I've known people that have had love, they have had opportunity, and they've squandered it again and again, like someone who clogs your toilet bowl up again and again. And it's not the world's fault. It's not a lack of opportunity. It's a lack of accountability. And it's a lack of getting rid of their storage unit. It's a lack of they didn't work hard enough and now they got low Social Security. It's a lack that they treat their own daughter worse than they treat a stranger. Okay. And the reason they treat their daughter bad is because their daughter is bad. Okay. So therefore, instead of being kind to strangers, don't sue your daughter. Okay. But you should sue your daughter because maybe there's a legit thing. But then don't say be kind to everyone. Just say evaluate each person by the content of their character and then act accordingly. Okay. That's a better statement. Okay. Back to live comments. Paula. Thanks for that, Sam. I even plan on going to church on Sunday. There you go. Well, that's a positive step. Again, not saying religion is everything. I'm saying just put yourself in a more supportive outlook. Don't get brainwashed, but it's good to be around more productive, positive people. Here at my secret location. Keep it secret. Good job, Frankie. Sorry I've been so busy. No need to apologize to me with my main job. No, you're taking care of your own life. That's good. And what does Frankie do? I'm the most engaged YouTuber online. Frankie works in the Bronx, or he's from the Bronx, works in prosthetics, fake arms, fake legs. Okay. So why do people need that? Well, there could be several reasons. They could get hit by a car. They could have a disease. They could get gout. They could have diabetes. They could have whatever. They could be in a war. If Frankie doesn't go to work, if he decides to be part of the Great Recession, who's going to get a fake arm? Who's going to get a fake leg? I've seen people that actually use those. Society needs stuff. And it needs people like Frankie taking care of business. Good job. Yep, you'd have been too busy to fuck with me. You're doing the right thing. But I thank you for all you do, and I thank you for all you do. Paula, it's awesome. No one, including Ozzy, knows where I'm at right now. Well, just remember, when you live with someone, they're going to put tabs on you. I mean, I'm guilty of that myself at times, and I've learned. That's why I'm living alone the rest of my life. But I understand. Frankie, positivity, 100. Ida. You will get out there more. This is how people are supposed to think. I got to go right now. Y'all stay safe? Yes. Some are too good and some are too bad. It's true. People got unknown intentions. Ida, way to finish up strong. Best of luck to you on your journey tonight. Good job. Keith, you are a good human being, I can tell. Well, I've got my flaws and I don't like to put myself on a pedestal because even Jesus said he's not truly good. But again, measure someone by their actions. And I know it's really hard to do that with a YouTuber because I'm just giving you words, but you know, my actions aren't showing up. And obviously, if you look at my 3,000 videos and you put them in context, the overall message is self-care, live below your means, do whatever you want as long as you're not hurting someone, stay productive, whatever that's going to be, whether your own businesses or working for someone else, and avoid conflict. So, I mean, I think even if I fail you, I think that message is a good one. Now, do people get that message? No, people get lost and I masturbate in a sock, or they feel upset that I called them out on whatever it is they're doing. But I'm not doing it to call people out because we all have our own transgressions. But I gotta say, what I see that, it just doesn't vibe with me. I mean, that's, you build a channel, you show up to it, you have a right to say what you want. Just like you have a house, you kick out your daughter, you have a right to do that. Okay, so, that's life, Keith, tell the truth, bro. Well, I want to do it in love, but it's not easy. You're right, though. Paula, Frankie, it happens to all of us, Frankie. Thank goodness Sam is here. Well, Paula, thank you, because I could be harsh sometimes. You got a loving heart, so you take it the right way. We love you too, Paula. Paula, remember to show Sam some love. Remember to show you love. Yeah, I appreciate those who clicked the thumbs up. I got 48 people watching, 29 thumbs up, 30 now. Let's go. Thank you very much. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you to my members. Thank you to everyone who watches. Let's go. John, I'm in NJ. Okay, I remember you were in Florida one time. But love to you. Again, love to your family. I will always remember your family as someone who welcomed me in their home. I will always remember that we played that karate game, we watched horror movies, and we watched some porn videos. And that was fun times. Now, obviously, we got to grow up. I'm still watching some free porn, but I don't do horror movies anymore. I love you, man. Paula, we all must be kind to each other. Well, Paula, too much hate and drama around. Well, learn to show love and appreciation for everyone. Well, as best you can. Because like I know, you got issues with your son, and probably rightfully so. Why? Well, because you had a drug problem and your son may have felt abandoned and you may have felt guilty for not being the best mother. So it doesn't mean you should feel like you're going to hell. It doesn't mean you should feel like you're a bad woman. You shouldn't. But you should acknowledge that in addition to loving each other, we need boundaries with each other. You need boundaries with people who do drugs or have bad mental problems. And people may need to have boundaries with you. And there's nothing wrong with that. We can still love each other, respect each other, and say that. And that's what we must say. Last star. Paula, check out West Angels Church of God, Christ. Gotcha. John retracted. Paula, I will, last star fighter in East. Peyton Nolan, I love you, brother. Don't worry about gas. We love you. Damn it, Peyton Nolan. I was thinking about you today, brother. I love you. Paula, it's okay, Sam. I know I can take it from the nasty-ass humans. Well, Paula, just remember, all the guys want to sniff your panties. But just remember, don't use sex as a weapon. Just continue to take care of yourself. Frankie. UBT Vlogs. Damn it, Charles. I am so late on these super chats. It's not fair to you. Damn it. Someone smack me for being a bad Costco cashier. Charles, don't smack me literally. Charles, fire, boundaries, and fire. Charles, brother, all I want to tell you is thank you. I'm fully engaged in your channel. I'm fully engaged with your life because I think that you have huge potential and I think you're a cool person. Thank you for all your gracious support. May your life continue to grow even more than your channel. And may you remember, like we all should remember, love, but boundaries. Good job, brother. Paula. No, I got a text from the Humane Society saying that cat living at my home was euthanized. Yeah, it's a whole clusterfuck story. Now, again, I don't know the story. I'm not going to, and I remember you, Paula, what'd you tell me on your live feed when you got kicked out? You said, Sam, my cat died and I'm thinking about suing. Okay, you were going to sue a bunch of people. And what did I tell you? Don't sue self-care. Okay. So I practice what I preach. One is because you're in a ball of shit and it's always a ball of shit going on over there. So I'm not going to tell you to sue right away. I told you to separate. That's what I told you to do. I said separate from the toxic stuff, self-care, and then evaluate what really happened. Okay. That is, to me, someone giving you good counsel. Okay. Because if I tell you to sue, I'm telling you, I just know you didn't play any part in that bad behavior. And I don't even want you to heal. I want you to go call a lawyer before you do anything else. If you're in a tragic situation, now look, guys, if you're in a car accident, all right. Okay. But some of you guys and girls, you're not in a damn emergency car accident. You're in a recurring pattern of bad behavior. Okay. And if you look back at your life, it's a pattern of behavior. Okay? And you can fill in who participated because it's just, it wasn't this person that made you do drugs. Like I knew a mother who used to say that, this person made them do drugs. And then they meet someone else and every other person was why they did drugs. Maybe it wasn't just other people. Maybe it was part of your own, your own child. Okay. Your own child is the X factor. You can't always blame it was someone else who made them do drugs. Now, I do agree you should separate from those encouraging you to do drugs, and I agree that you should separate from those who tell you to sue without evaluating what happened. Because they're going to destroy their mental health. And they already destroyed theirs, they're going to destroy yours. Don't do it. Boston. Hey, Nomad. Very nice explanation on ethnicity. Yeah, it's not easy. And again, everyone does have their own story when it comes to that. Because depending on your ethnic background and how you were brought up and in what time period you were brought up is going to determine your experience in this world. It doesn't neglect everything I said was 100% accurate, but that's still based on a perspective of the time period I grew up, how I grew up. Now, not necessarily because I grew up with people, they have the same life basically, but they have different perspective. So, but everyone has their own perspective. So you just have to remember that when you talk to different people from different walks of life. Now, some people, it doesn't matter what walk of life, they're not about shit. But everyone still does, though, have a different experience, again, based on their individual factors. So it's there's a lot there to unpack, and there's no one way I can just sum that up for all of humanity in one sentence. Paula, long story that I can't get depressed about. Well, there you go. Don't make yourself sad. Sunset. Paula, low-key feels toxic. In the comments, laughing, but it's all love. Twister, what's up, Sam? What's up, brother? Twister, shout out to you. Shout out to Texas. I love you, brother. Paula, yo, Twister. Paula, my cat Ruger is gone. I don't know, but if it is, like I told you in the beginning, I mean, my heart goes out. I love you. I don't know what I love you. Okay. Paula, Frankie. Thank you, Frankie. Boston. I'm trying to realize I can't educate people now myself. I only try to educate the ones I believe in. My friend is going down the rabbit hole over a female. Well, everyone has the right to experience life. Everyone has a right to make mistakes. So we don't want to control people just like we don't want other people to control us. Now, we all have a right to give our opinions in our own personal space. But remember, they have a right to do whatever they want as well in their own personal space, in a shared community environment, on shared roads, in a shared society. Then we have to have shared compromise. But in your personal time, I mean, there's a lot of personal liberties you can take. Shahid, True got to the point. We are diverse individuals like we are diverse culturally. I agree. Boston, this is great. Keep it up, Taylor. Thank you. Peyton Nolan, nothing lasts forever. Yeah, I agree with that. What song am I thinking about? Make It, Mariah Carey, Nas, and Joe. I want you to YouTube search Mariah Carey remix with Nas and Joe. Make it last forever. Make it last, make it last. We make it last, make it last. Mariah Carey, Nas and Joe. Great song there. Yeah, Make It Last Forever. That's a good song. Paula, wow. That's awesome, Frankie. Paula, hey there, Nolan. Do you need furniture? Huh, I hate furniture. Boston, good comment, Keith. Paula, I have to go back to the house and pick up some personal belongings. I have furniture to give away. No one wants it. I tried to give away furniture to the Salvation Army. You know what they told me? They'll be there in 3 months. You know what I told them? I'm closing in 30 days. Too bad. Boston, I use my boxers. I'm not mad at that. I don't have underwear. Pat Go! Damn it, Pat Go. What's up, man? What's up, girl? Shout out to the cold, dreary Michigan. But as the earth temperature increases on a yearly basis, so does Michigan. Pat Go, let me know you were wearing a bikini in a tent with 2 machetes in Michigan today. If you were, then I know the world's going to be okay. I love you, Pat. Boston. Like it, Paula. Should I just leave all the ish behind? Yes. In my old house? Yes. And get clothes and personal? No. I've just decided to get a Black Series. Paula, you can't afford the Black Series. You don't need all that shit. Keep it simple and self-care. That's the answer. Will you listen to me? You have a recurring pattern not listening to anyone. Okay? So, but I love you. But I know damn well you got to work very hard to break a cycle. And I'm praying for you. And you say, Inspirational Nomad, if I don't break the cycle, will you still love me? I still love you, but I'll never live with you. Never forget it. Why? Boundaries. Oh, yeah. But I love you all my heart. John, miss you, pal. Love you too. Shout out to you, John. You keep going forward, brother. And I'll go back to tag name, Status. Love you, Status. Robert, hi from the UK. Guys, America needs to stay aligned with Europe. Why? America has 350 million people. population. Europe has about 750 million, all of Europe. So Europe plus America equals just the same amount of population as China, 1.3 billion. Okay. And that's why Russia wants to cause trouble with Ukraine. Why? Break up some of the European Union and break up some of the alliances. Why? Because then you have a divided alliance set. Then you have all smaller populations going against greater populations. And that's how you have leverage. And that's why it's all geopolitical. But it's all a game that's been going on since the beginning of time. But just make a mental note. That's why you got to play the game with other countries, guys. You got to have alliances. Paula. Hey there, Pat. Paula. So true. Pat. Hey, Paula. I hope you're warm. Yes. Status. Got to hit the gym. Good job. Get buff. Good. Self-care. Yes. And no horror movies. I love you, brother. Remember, as we get older, our muscle mass goes down. 15 minutes on the treadmill. 15 minutes doing lightweight reps. And eat overall healthy. Good job, John. Paula, I thank you, Pat. Paula, putting her head on her face. We love you, Paula. Boston, Frozen, Pago. I'm eating fish sticks now. I want to tell you, Pago, you are a connoisseur of life. Nothing but the best for you, Pat. I love you. You got a great personality. Everyone wants to date you. Paula, that's what I'm doing right now. Self-care. Good job, Paula. Pago. I walked a lot today. Paula, thank God that the Earth's temperature is getting warmer. Why? More bare feet. And it does make me a little bit hesitant. Like, man, do I want to buy a place at the front line of a hot planet? Well, I don't think, if I was 60 or 70, I don't think it would come in my lifetime. At 40, maybe. But every time I leave South Florida, and I said, damn, I don't want to leave South Florida. Paula, and getting sleep. Well, proper sleep. 6 to 8 hours of sleep per night with no naps. You'll sleep great. If you take a nap, you got to take Benadryl to go to sleep. And if you take Benadryl to go to sleep, you're going to need something harder for the pain. Don't take naps. It's not easy, but it's a goal. Good job. Twista. Hey, Paula. Charles, remember the broccoli for the Dutch oven. Good job, Charles. Thank you again for everything. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Charles. Pat. Hey, Twista. Twista. Aaron, are you at Ozzy's, Paula? Oh, God. Pat, go. I'm safe tonight. No broccoli or cabbage or rubbish. Only fish sticks. Good job. Boston. Lots of people suffer from chemical imbalances. I agree, but those same people, they mock medical attention. If they say that a doctor diagnosed them with a chemical imbalance, then they also say they don't believe in modern medicine with vaccines. Can't have it both ways. If you have a medical imbalance, then it's just like having a cancer treatment. Well, there's a lot of people that got cancer still go to work and still get treatment. So you got to work on it. You got to do what you can. Okay, so you can't just say, like, I got an imbalance, so I got to do some psychopath shit the rest of my life. Well, you got to work with what you got. Okay. And if you're able to listen to a live feed, type sentences, and create an avatar, you're not totally out there. You may be totally out there, but you're able to focus your mind and your coherent energy enough to describe and articulate yourself. And that means that you still have a level of gifts and that you can function. Good job, Sophie. Thank you for these words. We love you, Sophie. Thank you. Twista. Hey, Pat. Pat. Hey, Aaron. Aaron. Hey, Pat. Yes. Paula. No, Aaron. His mom went mental last week. Uh-oh. Maybe you should sue her. His brother took a switchblade to Ozzy's throat. Sue him. No, don't sue him. I'm just playing. Aaron. Yikes. Where are you now? Are you safe? She's in an undisclosed location. Peyton Owen. Do you know Jordan Peterson? Yes, I know him. He basically got addicted to painkillers after he told all of society how to live. And now that he's recovered from painkillers, he went on a 2-year break. Now he's back to telling society how they should live. Now, he is smart. He does have wisdom, but he's also human. Okay. And just like Elon Musk may tell us about good engineering, but he's also been divorced 3 times. So take everyone's advice with a grain of salt. He has a pretty interesting philosophy. Yeah, he overthinks life, and he should just spend time on telling us how he got addicted to pills and how he basically let all his own philosophy go to waste for 2 years. And if he focused on his testimony as much as his philosophy, he'd help more people. but instead he's more concerned about his philosophy, teaching, and being on Joe Rogan. So he's going to mind fuck life, and he's not going to share his true testimony. Even though I think he has value, I also think he's a little bit of a blowhard. Paula. About 20 cops showed up. I'm not surprised. I ran out to film it. I'm also not surprised. And got yelled at. I'm also not surprised. Had bother on the grounds with guns drawn. I'm also not surprised. Yeah, nothing about that comment surprised me at all. Charles, I listened to Payday. Aaron, wow. Yeah, to me, it was very, very exactly what I thought would have happened. Payday alone. Can't save everyone from the fire. Just got to love them. You got to save yourself from the fire, and then you will glow enough to make other people sparkle. But when you are drowning and you try to save someone else, all you're doing is blowing bubbles. And when all you're doing is blowing bubbles, guys, it's just a cesspool of dookie. Good job. And someone backed up a toilet. Charles, he's got some good thoughts. He's got some good thoughts, but he should have took his own advice. Paula, I love Jordan Peterson. I listen to him a lot. Not surprised. Prismatic. Forgive me for saying the name wrong. Why don't they just make a vehicle that can convert easily into a domicile instead of an RV? Like a transformer? They probably will, but where are you going to park it? If everyone had a convenient way to live in their vehicle, where would they park? In front of everyone's house? Then if everyone said, I don't want you parking in front of my house, then you say, well, I have a right to park wherever I want. And then the people who are actually productive in society, most of them, not all of them, there's some productive people that live in their vehicle, but then it would be chaos, because then there would be people in the vehicles fighting with people who live in a house, and then it would say, well, I'm not going to pay property taxes if you're just going to park this transformer in front of my house. And so you'd have to have designated parking spots. And then parking lots would become like the metaverse. You would have to buy a parking spot in the parking lot. Now, eventually we may go to that. But right now, what we got is you got to move around a lot or pay for a campground or move around a lot. And when you move around a lot, you pay for gas. And when you pay for gas, that's your rent. And when you wear and tear on your vehicle, that's your depreciating asset. And when you get sick or hurt or injured, living in a vehicle that isn't a transformer is a wake-up call. And if you were living in a transformer, who would take care of it? Because a lot of people living in a car don't want to work. And if you don't work, who works at the auto parts store? Who changes the oil in your transformer? And you say, well, I'll change my own oil. Well, where do you buy oil? You can't buy oil. No one makes it. No one wants to work in a factory that makes oil. And then you go down this whole rat hole. Everyone living in a transformer, no one working, everyone listening to Jordan Peterson, and someone's trying to be a YouTube star and videotapes the cops, and they got a gun to their head. And then what do they tell you to do? They tell you to love everyone, and then they tell someone else to sue everyone. And what do I tell you to do? Take it easy. Okay? Take it easy, guys, all right? Let's take it easy. Paula, Ozzy pressed felony charges on his brother. Paula, I think you need a transformer. Paula, they were even on a helicopter flying around. Not surprised. Aaron, state wouldn't have given him a choice with DV anyway. So hopefully it will be handled well, Paula. Payton on. My house is only 200 square feet. Good. I don't have the space for furniture. Excellent. You don't need furniture. Most of it's a waste. Good job. Paula, the brother has a serious record. Not surprised. Paula, it used a Black Series. This is a very fancy RV, I guess. It's costing me a fortune. Can't even afford it for Airbnbs. Well, that's true. Especially here in LA. Well, Paula, you would probably qualify for some type of subsidy, but you got to get a social worker like Aaron, because you already did a video about how to get the Obama phone. So obviously you're in a certain income bracket where you can get a subsidy. So, but what you need is someone like Aaron who knows how to navigate the system of subsidies. And then what you need is a friend that doesn't tell you to sue the person who gives you the cheaper place. Now, if you don't want to live in a cheaper place, then live in a car. But if you're going to live in a car, you better stay in a car and not go back and forth. Because if you go back and forth, well, you should do whatever you want. But I want to tell you, I'm not a social worker for this reason. Because a social worker got to go back and forth with this bullshit a million times. And that's why I tell you, a social worker should be like a Marine. No more than 20 years and then you get full retirement. Because this is too much crazy shit. Aaron, what is the Black Series? Yep. Here we go. It's an RV that costs like fucking $100,000. Justin, Sam, giving you good advice, Paula. Justin, I love you, man. Thank you, Justin. Paula, Plus, these campers hold value. Oh, God. And are sturdy as hell. Where are you going to park it, Paula? They're either built in Europe or Australia. Paula, I love you. Paula, remember, 2 days ago, you had police drawing guns because you were trying to videotape them. What are you going to do if you're in a parking lot and a security officer asks you to leave? Are you going to videotape them, Paula? Are you going to do a live feed? Paula, you need to be in a controlled environment. You're very unstable. Okay, be careful. Boston, laughing my ass off. Go, Pat. I hope you're happy in life. Pat's an awesome person. Good job, Pat. Go. Good job, Boston. Paula. I'm sleeping about 8 hours a night and no drugs. Good job, Keith. By the way, I'm in Welsh Mountains, UK. Oh, okay, thank you for sharing. Shout out again to the UK and Welsh Mountains. Good job. Paula. I've got to start my own Airbnb as the price here in LA extortion. Paula, self-care and sobriety is your number one focus. Business venture, which is more stress, is not your focus. More stress equals more risk for you to taking drugs. And right now, sobriety and self-care are your top priorities. And then productivity. You can't be productive if you're not sober and if you're not self-caring. You can be, but you're going to burn yourself out. Then you're going to end up kicked out. Your cat's going to be put down. And you're going to end up videotaping the cops. And someone's going to tell you to sue everyone. Self-care, sobriety, then productivity. Go see a social worker. Get some subsidies till you get back on your feet. Good job, Boston. You can learn a lot from people that mess up. I want to set an example. I don't want to be a hypocrite either. Well, like I tell you guys and girls, I tell myself, self-care, keep you busy the rest of your life. I've missed 2 super chats. God forgive me. Seneca, forgive me. $2 Seneca, 99 cents with a super sticker of a little cat that looks like a squirrel. I still feed the squirrels, but I gotta give them smaller portions of stimulus. Seneca, thank you, and thank you. I do not want you to leave Costco and not feel like I appreciate your gratitude. Thank you, Seneca. Last Star Fighter, born in East LA. $2 super chat. Thank you. You seem like a good dude. From a fellow IBEW, International Brothers of Electrical Workers, journeyman. Last Star, thank you. And remember one thing. When installing a circuit, the ground first, neutral, then the hot. When removing a circuit, take off the hot, then the neutral, then the ground. Always test before you remove. Always wear your gloves. When in doubt, wear your gloves. And if you don't like construction, call your local up, ask how many vested pension credits you have, and give a cost analysis. If you left the IBW and you became a maintenance tech at a local hospital, what would that look like? If you became a maintenance tech in an IT building, what would that look like? You have a lot of options once you get your journeyman certification. Never forget it. Good job. Back to live comments. If I missed a comment, please type it again. I'm sweating my ass off. I lost some pounds, but I am going to eat some yogurt pops tonight. Where are we at? Keith. Oh, yeah, I read that. Paula. Yeah, I read that. Boston. Read that. Charles. Jordan Peterson looks like he hasn't had a good laugh in years. He also looked like he hasn't had to blow his load in a long time. I don't know if he hasn't masturbated or his wife got sick and then he stopped having sex. But that's why I tell you, you can't take advice from people who do nofab. Why? They're like a backed up toilet. You can't take advice. They're not flushing their system. And Jordan Peterson has wisdom. So does Joe Rogan, but they're not God. Joe Rogan's a comedian and a subpar MMA fighter and a TV reality host. And Jordan Peterson is an ex-drug addict. And they both still have value, but they're not a scientist. They're not a doctor. Well, one's a doctor, but one didn't take his own advice. So remember, guys, don't let these people lead you astray. Boston. Honda Elements came with a tent that turns into the back of the vehicle. Well, I know a guy who does have a YouTube channel. He had a Honda Element. Then he broke up with a girl because she didn't want to travel. Then he got in a relationship with another girl who wanted to travel. Now she wants to buy a house and settle down. So what's he doing now? Well, he bought an RV, then he sold the RV, then he bought another Honda Element, then he bought a tiny house, and he's renovating a regular house. And what's he doing now? He's praying for the day he can go back to live in a Honda Element. What will he do in the meantime? Probably have a kid, after 10 years get a divorce, then be a good co-parent, and then at the age of 60, he'll be living in a parking lot somewhere. Good job. Zach. Hey, Zach. PhD in taking it easy. Zach, love and respect to you, and I believe Canada. Paula. No, that was Ozzy's phone. The guy just gave me one. Okay. Thank you again, Seneca. Thank you again, Last Star. Monograry Skinny. Oh, yeah, that's a robot. Sorry. Paula. Black Series HQ19. And yes, we have the right to video cops. You may have the right, but if they're there to tape your... Look, I had a family member who the cops asked them, they were in a parking lot, okay, in the middle of the night. And the cops asked them, protecting the community, and can we have your identification? And they said no. And then they made a big stink. Okay. And they don't work. You don't work. And they abuse prescription pills. You abuse regular pills. So I thank God that the cops got involved with your situation. Because you are a non-working, recovering drug addict that has nowhere to live. If I lived in a community, would I want you out there videotaping the cops that are patrolling or responding to our calls? No. Because I know someone that was going to get stabbed, and when the cops came, they blamed the cops, and they were the person who incited the stabbing. And that's why I tell you, Paula, I love you, but I'm not your social worker. Because I would put you on a serious regimen of no bullshit. Because you give me a lot of bullshit. Good job. Paula, I've got a place to keep my Black Series. Paula, BS levels going out the wazoo. Paula, Last Starfighter. Paula's blowing me a kiss. I love you, Paula. Boston. Great job to everyone that can afford give Sam super chats. I'm appreciative to all the graciousness. Paula, guys, you can check out the Black Series HQ19 here on YouTube. Paula, Sam, how do I turn on super chats on my live stream? I thought I did that the other day. I saw them available. Oh, no, I don't know. You have to go to your creator series. I don't know if you do it on your phone or your laptop. If you do it on your phone, you have to go to advanced options, and then you have to tap the place where it says enable monetization. So I believe you do it off your phone. Go to advanced options before you go live. Then click the little blue dot that says enable monetization. Good job. Paula, you don't need to give the cops ID. You don't need to, but you should. Why? Hey, look, guys, if you have a legit thing, take it to court. But what you're going to find out is you don't have a legit thing. You have a recurring record of being a problem in society, not a blessing. I'm not saying that's always the case, but I'm saying in a lot of cases it is, especially people with that mentality. I don't do pills. What are you talking about? Well, last time we talked, you said you were a recovering heroin addict. And I know a couple of recovering heroin addicts. If you ever did heroin, it's not something you just recover. You're either on fentanyl or you're on some type of other meth or you're on something. Okay? Because you don't just kick heroin and all of a sudden you're clean and you never struggle with it. So either you're lying to me or you're taping me. Either way, I know the game. I'm not playing that game. Okay? I don't abuse prescriptions. I don't know what you do. You lied to me about your cat dying. The doctors in LA don't give out hard pills. You'll figure out a way to get them. Shit. Come on, guys. I know life. Come on. What are you talking to, guys? Come on, man. Dylan, I'm 20. I went to live in my car for 5 years and save $100K. Should I do it? Dylan, I love you, and you have to figure out your own life. As far as, I don't want to comment on what people should do. It's not what I did, but you do whatever you want. If you're working and if you have a good income and if you can look at your recurring patterns, even though you're only 20, you don't have many patterns to look at, that's your own decision. I don't want to control your life. I'm not your father. I wish you the best no matter what you decide. Paula, I did that. Boston. YouTube needs to demonetization those type of videos when people are trying to do crimes, etc. Yeah, I'm not a fan of them. I don't even watch them. Dylan, my income is $3,000 a month. I'm going to save $2,000 a month. You're going to live in poverty if you're only going to live on $1,000 a month, even in your car. So I doubt you're going to save $2,000 a month. And if you live in your car for 5 years, you're going to need a new car after 5 years. So instead of 100K, you're going to end up with 70K. And then you're going to risk some. Why? Because when you hoard cash, you have to risk some, especially if you're under 25. You're under 25. So you're probably going to lose everything you saved. Now, there's a chance that you save everything, you still have a reliable car, and you're still healthy and in a positive place, but I doubt it. Chances are you're going to take too much risk one way or another. You're not going to save as much as you think, and it's going to be 5 years of suffering, and you're not going to advance your career. Why? Because you're going to say, why should I ever have to advance my career? I'm making $3,000 a month. I'm living in my car. And then you're going to be 30. You're not going to have as much money saved. Now you're going to be behind the career 8-ball. Then you're going to end up in your 40s, and then your whole life you're going to be at the bottom of the career totem pole, and you're not going to have a choice to live in your car. That's going to be your destiny. So I'm not mad if you want to do it, but you got to remember you're making an adult decision. It's got adult consequences. So you got to be prepared for them. Ryan or Rinden, let's go. Oh, here we go. Go take the vaccine. Paula, it's our First Amendment right. Paula, you don't work. Okay. You can use your First Amendment right, but you don't care about society. You don't function in society. Okay. You got a lot of dysfunction. Okay. So, be careful, Paula. I tapered off drugs. Yeah, I've heard that before. I don't have my cat. I'm sorry about that. Twisted, you have a lot of patience with people, Sam. I feel sometimes I'm too impatient, but I try. This is a goal of mine. While you're still in your 20s, it's not easy. It took me a while to figure this out, and even now I feel sometimes I don't have patience. Love and respect to you. Same to you. Thank you, Twister. Paula, plus I've gone and cut all these idiots from my life. Paula, 2 days ago, you had the cops at the door with guns and you were videotaping everyone. It doesn't sound like you've had an extended period of healthy behavior. You haven't cut anyone out of your life yet. Paula, there's an RV park that I can keep my HQ at. It's $900 a month. Includes all use. Well, how much does that RV cost? You add $900 a month plus a capital investment of over 50 grand. It's going to take you over 5 years to live in that RV before. If you're going to spend $50,000 on an RV, just get a nice apartment for $2,000 a month, okay? And you'd have to live in that apartment for over 5 years, okay, for the RV to make sense. And if you can't get your life together in 5 years, living in an RV that you can't afford, in an RV park that's going to have close neighbors, and you're not good with people, you need sheetrock walls. The last thing you need to be is in an RV park where you can hear your neighbors, where you're gossiping, people are outside smoking cigarettes, you're cursing at them, you got your phone. You're going to be like in the RV park of shame because you cannot deal with other people well. You're basically about to sue your assistant's mother who just let you live in her house two days ago. You need to be in a sheetrock walled environment. Okay? And you need to stay in a support group. And you need to get connected to a social worker. Now, what should you do? Whatever you want. Those are my opinions. Paula, over a week. Dylan, and I'm glad to prove you wrong. Well, I didn't ask you to prove me wrong or right. I gave you sound advice. So you already think you're right, and I don't know why you asked, so don't even watch my channel. Just do whatever makes you happy. I thought I gave you very fair advice. I don't know why you gave me that type of sarcastic comment. Paula, I'm paying cash for the RV. Last store. Paula, there is an RV park east of Monterey in Los Baneas. It's gated $125 a month. $10 super chat. Sophie, thank you for all your positive comments. Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for being positive. Thank you for being positive. Sophie, thank you for the positivity and the tip. I truly appreciate it, Sophie. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Paula, over a week ago. Paula, I'm paying cash for the RV. If you got that much cash, in my opinion, you should do whatever you want. It's your money. In my opinion, pay for a $2,000 a month apartment and get 6 months of sobriety and get connected to a support group. And then decide how you want to spend $50,000. Zach, $5 super chat, Zach Phi. Sam, thanks for everything you do, man. Zach, thank you. Zach, thank you. Zach, thank you. I truly appreciate it, guys. I am sweating. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Paul, I love you. Don't be upset. Wood Pigeon. Energy bills doubled in the UK. It's mental. Paula, I thought you were talking about Monterey Park. Paula, I'm not going to Monterey. I'd rather be in LA area. Sophie, thank you for being here. Thank you. Wood Pigeon. Purple Heart. All right, guys and girls, I'm in a pile of sweat. I thank everyone who gave me a gracious super chat. I thank all my members. Paula, I love you. I'm not upset. I love you, Paula. Don't be upset, Paula. Paula, this is why, okay, I love you. And you know I love you. But you also know that we're not going to play this psychotic game where you get upset, you bat your eyes, you stomp your feet, and then I cave in like a kind soul, and I tell you, go buy a $50,000 RV, go tape the cops, and go destroy your life. Paula, I love you. Even if you do all those things, I don't want to control you. But I don't want to lie to you. I love you. You know you're fine. So what I want you to do is put your big girl panties on. I want you to give yourself a hug. I want you to eat some dark chocolate, have some nice cold water. I want you to go for a walk in a safe neighborhood. And I don't want you to think about anything too serious tonight. I want you to get through the night. Then I want you to practice one day at a time. Then I want you to practice when in doubt, don't buy. Then I want you to change your phone number. Then I want you to stay connected to a positive support group. Then if you fall, get back up. Then we'll see where your mindset at. Self-care, keep you busy the rest of your life, guys. Oh, Michelle, all the way at the end. Michelle, I've been thinking about you. You know I love you. I'm sorry about that horse exchange the other day. You know, we were miscombobulated. Michelle, with the beach super sticker. Michelle, I love you. Thank you for staying with me, Michelle, because I saw your comment all the way from one of my old videos when I did videos of mobile homes for $50,000. I saw it, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you for staying with me. I want to give everyone a hug. Okay. I want everyone to know that's positive how much I truly appreciate them. I want the negative people to just, look, it's your life. Just leave me alone. I'm not going to bother you. I want the people that love me, but we have a different perspective. I want you to do whatever you want to do. I'm still going to speak my perspective, though, but I want you to be happy in living a life that you want to live as long as you're not hurting someone else. And so hopefully you can take everything I'm saying in context. I love you, Veronica. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, everyone. Hopefully you can take everything I'm saying and put it in context. Love covers a multitude of sin. Enabling permits abuse too long. We must have boundaries. We must have love. We must be slow to sue and quick to self-care. If there is a legit thing, I'm not saying you shouldn't sue. But I want you to not spend your entire life in court. I got to go to jury duty, guys. Okay. So what I want to tell you guys, I'll be damned if I got to work 2 jobs, go on jury duty, and I got someone who ain't working, videotaping the cops, talking about all type of crazy shit. I will lock your ass up. I was like, what type of shit? I'm supposed to be on the beach. What type of shit is this? That's right. So remember, you're the type of person to get upset when I say that, and then you don't show up to jury duty because you don't want to participate in anything in society. But then when society checks you, then you say society ain't fair to me. Can't have it both ways. Charles, $4.99 super chat. God, extend my jury duty another 6 months. Thank you, Jesus. Sammy, going for the marathon session. I've been on here for 1 hour and 9 minutes. Damn it, Charles. I will be on your live feed later tonight. Why? You know how I get down. I'm fully engaged. After I stand up and I get my blood flowing and I waddle my fat ass to the frozen good section. I'm going to get me some yogurt pops, some ice water, and I'll be watching your live feed later, and I'll be thinking of a way to extend jury duty another 6 months. I want to tell you tonight, guys and girls, may the Lord bless you. If you don't believe in the Lord, may Elon Musk prepare you a passenger seat to Mars. But I want to tell you guys, if you can't make it on Earth, you're going to have a hard time making it on Mars. Never forget it.